My name is Nicole Hessa. I am a FACS teacher at Washington High School, and I nominated Alysha Baus for Staff Stars. Alysha is the Applied Arts Director at Washington, so she oversees a handful of teachers, but more specifically, she's a FACS teacher as well. So she teaches child development this semester, 1 and 2. Last semester, she taught a class of 2 fashion design classes and a child development and general foods. And I am the general foods teacher, and this is my first semester teaching, and so she was super helpful in kind of making that transition into teaching a pretty smooth process. So yeah, my first year is going super well. Alysha is a constant person. I go to her constantly with questions, daily, to be completely frank. And her experience, so this is her 12th year of teaching, and when she initially started here, just like me, 12 years ago, she was also doing the foods program, or the foods classes. And so her experience and what she's figured out has been really, really helpful in kind of guiding how I'm teaching this semester and last semester. So some ideas that I've had that I'm like, oh, this would be super great. She's like, well, it would be, but this is what we've learned in the past. And so she's kind of helped prevent me from making some decent, not oopses, but just preventing maybe some wasting time and not using my class time the best I can. And she has also, so at the end of my first semester teaching, I started reflecting back on how things went, and quickly was like, oh, I think I spent too much time on this and this and this, and I just asked her, because she only taught 1 session, I taught 5, and I was like, did you just let me kind of take the lead on this? And she was like, yep. And I'm like, and I could have done this and this different, and she was like, uh-huh. And I was like, okay, well, I appreciate that you didn't, she didn't babysit me. That's not what she's here for. As the program director, she's here to just kind of guide as needed, but she trusted my judgment and just kind of let me go. And I think that worked out the best as far as just making sure my first semester I really learned from it. So Washington High School is super diverse. We're the most diverse school in Sioux Falls. And so we get all the students at some point in their career at Washington. They're required to have 1 full credit hour of applied arts. So whether that's a class of foods, so I teach general foods, and we call it Intro to Culinary Arts, so kind of advanced foods, or child development, or one of the other classes. If you were to stand in the hallway, which we're kind of in a separate hallway from the main classes at Washington, but if you stand in the hallway, you see students walking by and they're yelling, Baus! And last week, for instance, she was gone for a couple days on vacation. And myself and the other FACS teacher, Miss Duke, we were both getting asked, where's Miss Baus? Where is she? And we're like, she's on vacation, she'll be back next week. And you can just tell that she's built such a good relationship with students and other staff, just because of who she is and the style of teaching, both. She's just very outgoing, she's very bubbly, she's energetic. She's also built a good camaraderie with staff and students alike. So she's very comfortable kind of giving some students a hard time, and staff are the same way. And staff are comfortable talking to her about just personal stuff and teaching stuff and just kind of having a banter back and forth. And I think she really adds to the easygoing character of our hallway. So Ms. Duke is also a first-year FACS teacher. So as far as the FACS department, there's 3 of us, and two-thirds of us are new this year, first-year teachers, new to Washington, everything. And so we're good at our jobs, but we've been pretty heavily reliant on her guidance and her assistance. And the biggest thing too is the access to resources. Having been here 12 years, she knows who to connect us with, she knows where to look for things, and giving us that access to resources has been super huge in making it an easier transition into the classroom. She does an awesome job. So she's easy to talk to, number 1. She makes herself available, so if you send her an email, she's gonna respond pretty quickly, or she'll just bring the thing to you. She does that for me quite often. Or she'll help us find an answer really quickly. So willingness to be helpful and approachable and friendly, and the camaraderie with students, that's just something that's super admirable, and that's something that I strive to be eventually. And her personality is contagious, and you can tell that she has a good relationship with the kids and with the teachers around. And so I think she deserves recognition.